Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a mini update, I guess, for everyone on YouTube on my ball screw 3D printer. I just got back from vacation. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of a head cold for some reason, but I did want to provide an update to all of my YouTube subscribers. I have been posting updates on my Patreon. There is a video of this printing. There's some video of the upgrade path that I'm going to be taking with this printer, that kind of stuff. So if you don't want to wait till the YouTube videos come out, head on over to my Patreon. Any paid tier will get you access to those videos if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the development process and future upgrades and stuff like that. But I did want to do a YouTube video just showing off, what the printer looks like here in this current form. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the frame design and some things that I may be considering. So firstly, as I said, the printer does print. It prints all right, but at the same time, it doesn't print that great either. And that's due to the parts that I chose. I do need to order a bunch of new parts. I've changed a couple of the ideas that I had for the ball screws that I want to use and things like that. But that's part of the prototyping process, and ball screw 3D printers are quite new to me, and DIY ones are quite new in general. So, there's not a lot of information out there, but I'm learning a lot, and this is one of those 3D printers that's very exciting because it is so different. Something I wanted to talk about was the frame to start. Now, this is my old Simple Core frame. This is just a bunch of aluminum extrusions off Amazon and some corner joints. This frame is not great, but I had it lying around and it made sense to reuse it. However, there is an issue, and as far as I can tell, it's kind of a big issue, especially in Canada. You cannot get proper 2020 extrusions pretty much anywhere in Canada that I've found. Meaning these 2020 T-slot extrusions do not fit MGN9 linear rails properly. They do not sit flat. They're always a little bit slanted or twisted or anything like that. You need really high quality 2020 extrusions like Misumi, LDO, that type of thing. And it's really difficult to get them in Canada, next to impossible. So I, of course, have been working around that even when I built Simple Core on this frame with these linear rails. I was able to get them okay, but they're not ideal. However, I'm wondering, and you guys can comment below, if I remove these Y-axis 2020 extrusions and I remove these MGN9 linear rails and I go to a 12 millimeter linear rod, that simplifies the frame quite a bit. I use a linear rod for my Y. It's very minimal. Update to the 3D printed parts here. And then I get rid of, a lot of that issue with the 2020 extrusion and trying to mount linear rails to it. The other option is I could go with MGN12 on Y. They would stick a little bit outside the frame, but I can always space out my panels to accommodate for that as well. The other caveat with removing these 2020 extrusion is I will not have any place to mount my 12 millimeter rods for Z. I'm actually really liking the Z here. I like its simplicity and it's working quite well. I do, of course, need to modify this and bring the rods out more, but I can't do that because I have these corner plates here. I, of course, can just change that to an internal mount here. But again, I want to try and simplify the frame. And if I can actually get rid of 2020 extrusions I don't need, that's nice. Linear rods make the y-axis a bit smoother. You don't have to worry about so much the precise alignment of everything because there's a little bit of play usually in linear rods and bearings. But the downside is I'll most likely have to go to a triple Z setup. So linear rails would mount here on the fronts, and then there'd be a linear rail that mounts in the back with 3 ball screws, and then I would have clipper Z tilt. So I'm kind of curious on your thoughts, maybe what you would think would be a good way to go about this if you want to see just keeping it nice and simple, just 2 ball screws with 12mm rods. I really do like this right now. And then maybe just move to MGN 12s on this here. But I do like the simplicity of getting rid of some extrusions, right? The less extrusions that we need to purchase, the better. And then those rods can be kind of mounted anywhere. We get a lot of flexibility. They're going to be 3D printed parts that hold the rods up, and then the bearings will just run inside of those. So there's definitely options. I also am going to be looking into getting maybe some CNC plates designed for this. And that brings me to this video sponsor, which is PCBWay. I am going to be working with PCBWay to hopefully design, or I shouldn't say design, to actually get some aluminum CNC plates made for this. Of course, once I kind of figure out my Z, and they've been a great sponsor for my channel, and they're going to be helping me out with this printer. Did you know PCBWay offers CNC machining? Let's check out their CNC machining service with one of my parts. Let's go to the ball screw 3D printer. We can see we have a really nice 3D view of the part that we're going to get machined. PCBWay offers a bunch of different material choices. We can see we have aluminum here. We can choose the type of aluminum that we want. We can choose our surface finish. And what's really nice is PCBWay also offers threaded and tapped holes, inserts, all sorts of different stuff that you would like to get done on your CNC part. PCBWay also offers metal 3D printing as well. If you still want to get a part 3D printed, but maybe want something a little bit more stronger than plastic, PCBWay can handle that. For any of your future projects, definitely check out PCBWay for more. Okay, so again, thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring that. And again, I would like to hear your thoughts. Definitely leave a comment below on what you think would be best for the Z and kind of the Y axes. I'm pretty much happy with everything else on this 3D printer as far as like the frame is concerned. I would not recommend using these corner joints. Of course, I would suggest people are doing the tapping and drilling for blind joints. So yeah, I'm kind of recommending that people are using blind joints for that. Now, I think it's become apparent that I'm not really going to be able to use the Funsor Simple Core frame kit. There's a lot of parts on there that I'm not going to be using, such as the 2020T for the bed. Again, unless we move to a triple Z bed, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not too sure also what my end result is going to be for the size of the print area on this printer. You can see here I do actually have quite short ball screws. That's just what I had on hand when I kind of envisioned this printer. I can extend these by 100mm and of course get quite a bit of print area back. However, with this current size of frame, we are kind of just getting to the edges of a 250 by 250mm build plate. And if I expand this frame by 50mm, then we'll get a little bit of room outside of the frame. Gives users a bit more options on what kind of probes they want to use, if they want to use a clicky probe or level probe on the tool head or something like that. So you know, this is a prototype. I'm not going to do too much about the frame size right now, but the final printer, it might be nice to actually increase the size of the frame by 50 millimeters and have a little bit more space around the bed for just extras and options and things like that. But yeah, I'm curious on all of your thoughts. I just kind of wanted to make a quick video to update you all and show off the kind of printer as it is. I have about $300 or $400 worth of parts that I do need to purchase for this printer just to get it printing a bit better. Not so much about the design, but just about part choice. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out my affiliate links in the description, check out my Patreon, and definitely leave a comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this 3D printer. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all on my Discord.